So we hardly had any tourists here. And to be honest, I was very spoilt because pretty much we had the temples and tombs to ourselves. Now we've got lots of people coming, which is lovely to see. It means that tourism is back, which is amazing, but not so amazing if you like having the place to yourself. So I decided to come here at 8 o'clock. So it gives you guys a chance to wake up and have a cup of coffee. But I'm kind of wishing I'd come at 7 now, because they've actually changed the way to get in to the valley, because what they've done now is they have turnstiles and you go get your ticket, and the ticket office is actually inside the building now, and it's so busy inside. So many people trying to get tickets all at the same time. So that was a bit of a nightmare. Good morning, Jenna. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Yogi. Hey, Victor. And Giselle, how are you today? So we're walking the half a kilometre, about half kilometre, maximum kilometre, up to the main gate of the Valley of the Kings. 1 a.m. here, bless you, Kerry. Now, can you imagine, without obviously all the speeding, what looked like golf carts going around? Back in ancient times, they would have actually had to come up on all of this shaly rock up into the valley. They would have cut out the valley themselves. So this is all man-made, this gorge going up into the valley to make these wonderful tombs that you will find when we get up in there. Hey, you're welcome. I do like a bit of a walk in the morning. Clears out the cobwebs. So we're going to stay in the shade for as much as we possibly can, because I hate standing in the sunshine for too long. You can see it's very shaly, the ground. So can you imagine having to come here with sandaled feet every day? I've at least got some good hiking shoes, but coming up here with sandaled feet would have been a nightmare. Now, I'm going to stop us here. We look at this here. Now, this is the reason why in the 18th dynasty, we decided to choose this mountain, or the Egyptians decided to choose this mountain for burial, because of the pyramid shape on the top. Now, this is a marker like the pyramids of Giza, so it was a sign that this was a good place for burial. Now, they only started using the valley as their necropolis during between the 18th and the 20th dynasties. After that, they stopped burying people here, and then they were buried elsewhere in the country. But this is the main reason that they buried them in here, because of this wonderful mountain. So you can actually see, it's a bit obvious, isn't it, when you see that pyramid on top, why they would actually choose to use this mountain range. Also, if you look at the actual rock, it's not the easiest either to be able to go and chip away at, because it is very, very crumbly. So they had to have been extremely good builders and technicians to be able to get into this rock, to be able to carve out the deep tombs that they did. Let's go on up now. We're nearly at the gate, the front gate. Morning. So funny, because all the tourists go past and they look at me as I've completely gone mental. Oh, wow. No, there wasn't little buses. They called them Tufts originally. Now, if you have a look here, I love this. You see, it goes all the way back into the valley there. Now, you see where that little hut is on top of the hill? If we were to go the other side of there, we'd be at the mortuary temple of Queen Hatshepsut, or Pharaoh Hatshepsut, as she was later known. And if we turn around this way and we look right to the top of the hill there, right on top of the hill, so right up there, that is where the temple of Thoth is. So the temple of Jehuti, or Thoth, is on top of that hill, overlooking the Valley of the Kings, directly opposite, which is quite interesting. Oh, Bronwyn. Now, again, signal may be affected in certain places within the valley. Remember, we are in a valley. The pharaohs, God love them, they equated for everything when they were building their temples and tombs, but they didn't actually think about the Wi-Fi signal, which was a bit rude, I think. Seeing as they thought of everything else. So hopefully we'll be okay. I can get into 3 tombs on my ticket, but we'll only be able to see maybe the entrance of a couple of the tombs. But there is one tomb I've tested and I was able to get right into. So we will do our best. Oh yes, refresh Marjorie. Okay, let's go on in. Hold on, get around this bus. Just hit his car with my umbrella. Oh wait, up, we're in another queue. So there we have to get into a queue, which is silly because we've already scanned our tickets to get in. But anyway. Ooh. I think so. There shouldn't be anybody here to look at our tickets, but if there is. So bear with me a second, guys. I'll look at the questions in a minute. Yes, you can, Laurie. You just double buy your tickets, and then once you've used one, then you use the next ones. So bear with me a second. Okay. Bear with me a second. لا أنا مصري. لا أنا هنا بس. أنا مش عايزة مرشد. مصري. ماشي. خلاص تعال شوف أنا مصري ولا لا. شوف في التذكرة. خلاص. Yes. أنا رايحة هنا أنا كل يوم. شكرا. Sorry guys, just bear with me a sec. Right, okay. Now we're through that. Well, you see, if you're going to do, well, when I come here, I tend to do as many tombs as I possibly can in the day. Try to almost kill myself doing them, so it's quite funny. But let's go on up here a little bit, and we'll get out the way of all the people, and then we'll have a bit of a chat about what we're going to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take you for a walk around the valley first. We're going to go and have a look around how the tombs are placed. And you can see there's some excavations going on here as well. That's very exciting. So the new archaeological season has started. So they're going to be moving. They need to put new wires and things in because I've actually, that's interesting. Let's go up here. Right, I'll read your questions in a minute, guys. I just need to get us to a decent spot out the way of everybody. Now, there's over 63 tombs here in the Valley of the Kings. They haven't found them all yet. They keep saying they found more, but then they go and find another one. So there's some up there, but those are all closed off, unfortunately. We can't get into those ones. Now, the biggest tomb here in the Valley of the Kings is the tomb for Ramses II's sons. And there's over 100 chambers in that particular tomb. Again, It's not a tomb that you can get into on a normal ticket. You have to get special permission to go into that particular tomb. It's quite amazing. I'm starting to move out of here. I'll just move here so I can catch up with your questions. Hold on. It is hot here all year round, but it's not too bad. It's cool in the winter, so it goes down to about 28, 29 in the winter. But today it's going to go up to 42. How many tombs are open at any given time? There's 9 tombs here open in the valley at the moment. So you'd have to buy 3 tickets to see them all. Is it hot there all year round? Yes, I've answered that. Do you have to be an academic person in order to get a special permit? No, you don't. You just have to have the money to be able to go in. So it might cost anything between 1,000 to 20,000 US dollars to go and open a special opening of a tomb, depending on who it is. You find that out when you actually go to the antiquities department to go and get your special permission. But there's not a limit on how many people can go with you. So if you've got a group of like 20 people, then $20,000 isn't too bad, especially if you're going to go see something that's completely epic. So this is actually KV5 here. This is the biggest tomb. So the sons of Ramses II. This is their tomb here. Not much left to see in there, because most of it's been destroyed due to water damage. But the most epic thing about it is the fact that you can see so much in the way of how it was laid out and the constructiveness of the tomb itself. I can tell I'm getting hot because sweat is now pouring down my forehead. Right, we're not going to go there just yet. We're going to go up towards Tauseret's tomb and into the back of the valley. But not many people go up there because the tour guides, they only have, especially if they're on tour, with the groups that are going on cruises, they only have about an hour in the Valley of the Kings. So this is Ramses II's tomb here. So Ramses the Great, as he would like to call himself. It's directly opposite his son's tombs. Interesting. And then up there we have Merenptah, who is also one of Ramses' sons, who was the ruler after Ramses died. Now I'm sure all of you know Tutankhamun, right? One of the most famous pharaohs in Egyptian history, only because we found him and his tomb was complete. So this is actually his tomb here. Hopefully these people get the way so we can take a photo of the nameplate for his tomb. Obviously it's one of the most photographed signs in the Valley of the Kings. Come to this way. So let's just over there. Bear with me a second, then you can take a photo of it. Okay, we're going to be here for hours. Let's just go down this way. Over here, so you can see the actual entrance to the tomb, which is here. So this is the entrance into the tomb just there. And there is the sign for the actual tomb, which is quite cool. So obviously now we're coming up to the anniversary of the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb. It's actually 100 years this November when the tomb was discovered. The 22nd of November 1922 was actually found by Howard Carter and Lord Carnarvon. Mainly Howard Carter did all the work. Lord Carnarvon just slept in and took the glory afterwards. Right, I need to find some shade so we can have a look at your questions. Bear with me. Oh, I'm not liking how busy it is here today. Go on up. Right. The tomb of Ramses III. It's rather busy in there today. I bet Ramses III never thought we'd have a queue going into his tomb. Look at that. My goodness me. Ugh. Let's see here. Look at this. Craziness. Absolute craziness. Right, let's just come up into this little shady bit here. Bit of wind as well here too. Let's just have a read of your questions quickly before we go on. Take the glasses off as well. Oh, happy birthday, Jonathan. Good with baby. Which means happy birthday in Arabic. I don't like having my photo taken, but I think I would make an exception for a photo legends taken. Oh, Bronwyn. Oh, bless you, Jonathan. If you're really lucky, you might get me singing your happy birthday in a bit. Right, okay, I've caught up with you. Imagine what it would have been like when you hit the high season. Oh God, I'm not coming then. Oh look, they're clearing out what looks to be another tomb. Look at that, amazing. Look how they're going up into the mountain. I'm gonna just wipe some shale away from the side of the mountain. Okay, so we've obviously found something up the top there, which they're excavating as we speak, which is really exciting. I'm hoping one day they're going to open and then attack the Tekken's tomb again. So we're going up to Tauseret and Seknacht because we can see the entrance to that tomb. Usually this is the quietest end of the valley and we don't get that many people up here. Today though, it's going to be busy. Now, interestingly, we have like a family unit here in this next bit because we have Tauseret, we have Septa, who was a stepson, and then we have Seti II, who was Tauseret's husband, all buried in the same place. And it was the Pharaoh, so the Councillor Bey, started having his tomb built here, but he was killed off during the reign of Tauseret because she actually became the third female pharaoh in Egyptian history, and work was halted on his tomb. Now, you can go up into the valley there. Now, it's the tomb of Thutmose III, which is up there, and it's a fabulous tomb to go in, but it hasn't been opened for the last 10 years, unfortunately. How do you spell her name? We'll see when we get there, because there's a sign outside. Tausret, I think. Tauseret. Now you can see the stairway going into Thutmose III's tomb, right up into the mountain. It's very unusual as a tomb, actually, because it's right in a cliff face. So how on earth the ancient Egyptians got up there, it's beyond imagination. Very, very clever people, the ancient Egyptians were. Right, just so you know, my equipment is getting a bit warm, so if I disappear in a minute, please bear with me while I run some water and some cold packs over my phone, and then I'll be back with you, okay? Just so you're aware, because my screen's gone really dark and I can't see anything on there at the moment until I get into a real shady bit. Okay, so we have the tomb of Septa here. But I'm going to take you to the entrance of Tauseret. It is one of my absolute favourites, actually. then that was where Bay's tomb was. And they actually found Tausret's sarcophagus in there because the pharaoh that took over from Tausret was Useknacht. He actually took over Tausret's tomb and made it into his own. You can see how the tomb is laid out and how it goes down. So quite a few corridors all the way in. I'll be able to show the entrance to the tomb. Give me a second, just got to try and negotiate umbrellas. Trying to get me notes in my pocket. 1 second. Okay. Here we go. There we go. So I won't be able to go in here too. Let me just bring you back out again. Now, guys need to tell me when I lose reception if you can see anything, okay? So I'm going to go back in again. Did you see anything when we got into the entrance? I might just have to, because there's so many people. Oh, this umbrella's not doing what it's supposed to do today, and I've got to call from the scarf. Right, hold on, bear with me. Okay, right. What I'll do is I'll zoom you in because I can't go all the way in. Okay, good. There we are. So we can see there, so etchings on the wall there, and we can zoom you all the way, almost to the bottom. There we go. Power of zoom, it's amazing, isn't it? You can see how the tomb goes all the way down, and some of the drawings halfway down there. It's beautiful. Oh, we've got a little bit of leeway with the reception. Let's try again. Go in. There, fingers crossed. There we go. Hold on. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, I can get to about there, and then I kind of start to lose you, so I'm going to stay here. But look at that. Isn't that amazing? Just beautiful. So this, as I said, was the tomb of Tausret, who was taken over by Sekhmet for whatever reason. But we're going to go back out again now. And that is the name of the tomb. Okay? You take a photo? Perfect. Right, so. Oh my gosh, I'm so hot. Now we're right at the very top end of the valley up here now. I say top end of the valley. There's no more tombs here after this because we're at the back wall of the actual valley itself. Okay, you can see how the rock formations go. And then we can go up there, and that is the tomb of Seti II up there, all the way up there. But we're going to come away from there and go back down into the valley again. Hopefully some of those crowds of people have started to disperse a little bit. And then we can go, because I know I can definitely get you into the beginning of Ramses, I think it's Ramses number 9's tomb. Let's have a look at the entrance to Septa. We won't go in, but we can have a look at the entrance. Oh, maybe we can get a bit closer. Look, let's see. Even if I can just show you the entrance to the tomb itself, that would be quite cool. Hold on, I'll keep you in the middle because I don't want to go near the bloody thingies. Yeah, we're doing okay at the moment. Okay, I'll show you this. Here, this is the entrance And then obviously we can't go all the way inside because we don't have enough reception because we're going underground, but I can zoom you in, which is quite cool. Now they've actually helped protect the colours in here by putting up the glass on the front to stop people from touching it, which is good. But we can have a bit of a closer look here. Yeah, colours are amazing, aren't they? Now, interestingly, Septar was disabled and he actually had a clubbed foot. Actually, I might be able to get you in a bit. Ooh, hold on. The reception is actually stabilising, so maybe we can get a bit deeper. We won't be able to go all the way in, but we can get so far in, I think. Look at that, isn't that amazing? And if I take you this way, look at that. Cool. Isn't it just incredible? Just absolutely breathtaking. I can't believe I've still got reception. This is insane. Look at this. Look at this. Happy birthday, Jonathan. You've got the birthday gods on your side today, I think. Oh, it's starting to fall down a little bit now, so we have to be a bit careful. Let's see if I can get you to the ceiling. Look at that. Look at the colours. Look, Nekhbet on the ceiling there. Isn't that beautiful? Hope you're taking lots of postcards, guys, to post it later on. My God, we might actually be able to get halfway down. Obviously, the wind's blowing in our favour right now. Okay. Oh, no, we're starting to lose it a bit now. It's a shame, because look at this ceiling here. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? We don't know because his mummy's so destroyed. It's difficult to know. Right, let's take you to the sides again so you can see the walls. Okay. And there we go. See the entrance coming out. No word because because the royals always they married into their own families, didn't they? So again, go on, Effie, that's okay. And then if I take you up there. Beautiful. A real treat for you guys today. Right, let's go on out. Not bad, not bad. We got into half a tomb there. But we lost you. Okay. Now, the rock formations here in the Valley of the Kings were formed 35. They say they're judging it between 55 to 35,000 years ago. And this was all under the sea as part of the Mediterranean Sea. And one thing about here that people don't realise is the amount of fossils that are here is just insane. This is one of the biggest geology sites in the world, actually. There's so many fossils in the valley, on the West Bank here in Luxor. They are everywhere. In actual fact, there is a law that says that it's illegal to take fossils away from here, but obviously people do because people don't see them as antiquities. They see them as just something else. See, there's another tomb there that's been closed off. See all the pottery on the outside of the tomb there. Okay. And then we have more tombs there, tomb 29, look. Now, it's quite funny because Zahi Hawass ended up with a bit of egg on his face a few years ago because he actually said that there was no more tombs to be discovered in the Valley of the Kings. And literally 3 months after he's made that statement, a French archaeologist found 2 more tombs. full of mummification equipment and things like this, which made him look a little bit silly. So they haven't written it off now, and as you can see, it looks like they found something else right up in the top of the valley, which is really quite exciting. It'd be amazing to know what they found. Hopefully we'll get some word on that in November, because there will be big announcements being made in November as to all the new discoveries and if they're opening anything new. We're hoping that the new GM Museum will be opened up as well in Cairo, which I hope to be able to take you to once it's all open, and once I've been in there to know exactly how I stand when it comes to filming. Hopefully I'll be able to take you in there though. It'll be amazing. So one of my most favourite tombs here in the Valley of the Kings has to be Seti I tomb. It's huge, but it's also full colour. The colours in there are just immense and very much worth the visit. And the extra ticket, you have to pay extra ticket to go in. It's about 1,000 Egyptian pounds to go in, but it's worth every penny. And not many people do pay that extra price to go in, so you literally get to go in there and almost have the tomb to yourself, which makes it even more special. And if you're really lucky, like I was the last time I went in there, there'll be a power cut, so you're sitting there in the dark as well, getting up and close and personal. I say it's not busy, but there's a bit of a queue over there today. Oh my god. Now there's 3 tombs in the Valley of the Kings where you have to get an extra ticket. That one is one of them. Then we have this one here, which is Ramses 5 and 6, which is also a really lovely tomb to go visit. But also, again, you need an extra ticket to go in there. And then, obviously, Tutankhamun's tomb, you need an extra ticket for that one too. Can't believe how busy it is here today. It's insane. I've never ever seen it so busy here. Not in maybe 15 years or more, I would say. Okay, so what we're going to do, I was going to take you into Ramses 9, but it is far too busy in there for us to do that. So, and I really don't know if we're going to get any reception in there. Yeah, there's too many people. So I'm going to take you down to the tomb I know for sure we're going to get into, and there'll be hardly anybody there. There'll probably be nobody there actually, because it's right by the toilet, which sounds awful, isn't it? It's right by the toilet, so people don't just discount it as being a tomb to go visit, because they don't realise it's there. But I know it's there, and it's got some lovely colours in there, so we'll go and visit that one. Now, I'm sorry if you've asked me any questions. I will have to catch up on the chat in a little bit, but I can't actually see it at the moment because it is so dark, my screen. I'll go down to the next tomb. This is obviously not the time of day that we want to be recording things. I do love it when people overtake you and then just stop dead right in front of you. Right, well, thanks. I'll have a look over there again for your postcards, guys. And then back over to the pyramid. That'd be useful. Now, at the top of the pyramid, there is actually a shrine up there. There's a shrine to the goddess Merit Sega, which is the snake goddess. And the pyramid is actually called the Silent Pyramid. the silent pyramid, because it said when you go up there, there is literally no sound. You can't hear any sound from the valley below. I think it's quite cool. So we're going to go over to the back area here for our last tomb. We've done so well today. I can't believe we got into Septar. That was really cool. I think I might be doing Septar on my next talk this week. Now, if you want to see the whole tomb of Tausseret and Septar, I have actually put it on to my YouTube channel. So pop into my YouTube and you'll be able to see it. Now, I said there was going to be no tourists back here, but actually they're going to make me out to be a liar because there are people here. It's because there's so many people in the valley and the guests are obviously, guides are having trouble figuring out where to take their guests, which makes sense. Oh. Okay, so here we go. I don't know if that lot are just sitting there for a lecture. What's going on? Have I still got you all? Hope so. Also, it looks like today you'll be able to get into more than just 3 tombs because nobody's taken any notice of how many tickets people have. Out the way before the people go in. Okay, صباح الخير يا ايمن. ايوه كده. ايوه
من وين حبيبي؟
ضبية ضبية.
ضبعية 100.
شكرا شكرا. Okay, see the mountain up into the back there. Right. حار جدا النهارده صح؟ أنا ساكنة هنا 24 سنة.
متزوجة مصري؟
أيوة.
والله 100. وجايبة أولاد؟
أيوة 2.
والله مصري.
دي تمام هنا برا هنا؟ ما شكرا. Okay, so here we go.
بس أنت من وين أصلا؟
إنجلترا، فأنا جنسية. Okay. أنا عارفة. شكرا شكرا خالص. شكرا.
أنا مساعد بس مساعد.
ما شكرا. Oh, thank you. ما شكرا يا حق. شكرا. Okay, so this is the tomb of Ramses the seventh. Okay, 6th pharaoh of the 20th dynasty, direct descendant of Ramses the first, and he ruled for 8 years. 8 years. You can see up on the walls. Look at all this here. It's beautiful. He ruled for 8 years. You're very welcome, Katrina. Ooh. And there was a great instability in the country from corruption and raids from the Libyan borders. Grain prices had risen. All Syrian Palestine holdings had been lost. The turquoise and copper mines in the Sinai had been abandoned, possibly due to the lack of funds and finance finance for the expeditions, and very little has been found with regards to his reign. As he lived in the north, near the delta, in a place called Pi Ramses, and not much has been survived from that area. The tomb records the books of the Gates, the Book of Earth, as well as the Book of the Dead. Oh, you're very welcome, Katrina. You're welcome. Here we go. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Christopher. Here we go. So we have, look at all this here. It's amazing, isn't it? Now, unusually about this tomb is the burial chamber has actually been dug into the ground. So it's actually in the ground underneath, like this, which is very, very unusual because usually they sit on top. But this whole tomb is very unusual, actually. It's lovely. Did they find the body? No, they didn't. Not that I know of. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's a bit spooky. Okay. The colour elixir was made from primary colours, and the blues were made from crushed lapis lazuli stone and turquoise, and it was crushed down into a powder, mixed with water and egg white, and then made into little paint discs that they used to then go in and then use paintbrushes on. The red colours were from red and yellow ochre. The same process. They would crush it down and make it into a crumbs, and then they would put water and egg whites to that too. No, actually, this is the weird thing, and maybe this is why I like it because I don't like spooky goings on. Hold on, I'm just going to do change the camera around. Hold on, see, hey, so you can see it this way. Look at that, that's better. No, they haven't actually. The only place that I know that's had ghostly goings on actually has to be Baron Palace in Cairo. Now, this is interesting because this has got the journey of Ra going through the underworld. Now, this is the goddess Nut here we have. So she's giving birth to him this end, and then the other end, she's swallowing him for the night time. So we'll go and have a look at that. So if you came on my creation story yesterday, this has an awful lot of the creation stories from the myths and legends. So if we come here, there we go. There we go. You see that? Just trying to see which end she is. Yep, there we go. And then if I turn you around this way, you can see little red dots of the sun going through the horizon. Amazing, isn't it? And then I have these side pieces here, so I keep getting my head in the way. Beautiful, isn't it? Turn you back around again. Just amazing, isn't it? So glad I can bring you into here with this. Everything has symbolism. Everything that you're seeing is all symbolism. And let's come back up here. Let's see, exit. I always think that always makes a fabulous photo when you're looking back at the entrance, because the light that comes in makes it seem surreal somehow, especially in the deeper tombs. I know the details are just devil's in the detail, as they say. Hi. Just amazing. Okay. Let's look at some of these here. You've got the cobra, coiled cobra, and then we've got the scarab beetle, and then we have these guys here. Look at this. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. It is, very much so. Okay, so that is it for me this morning, guys. That is the Valley of the Kings here in Luxor. I hope you've enjoyed coming with me today and coming and experiencing the valley firsthand. And we've managed to get into at least the entrance of one tomb, halfway down another tomb, and all the way to the back of the last one. So how's that going? Good going today. So thank you so much for joining me. It has been my absolute pleasure and honor to show you a bit more of my wonderful, wonderful city of Luxor and its amazing history. It's just such a wonderful place to visit. So thank you so much for coming along with me today. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, showing you around. And hopefully we'll do this tour again, maybe when it's maybe a bit earlier, when it's not so busy. Actually, I can go under the shady area here now. The people have moved out of the way. Hold on. Let's go on into the shade. It's nice in the shade. Now, has anybody got any more questions they'd like to ask me before I disappear for the morning? You're very welcome. Oh, and there's one little job. Was it Jonathan? It was Jonathan's birthday today. So I have to go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jonathan. Happy birthday to you. And we hope to see you in Luxor very, very soon. Have a wonderful day, guys. It's been my pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed coming with me. Thank you so much for all your gratitude. It helps me so much, especially for paying to get into the valley, because as I said, it's the cost of tickets has gone up to 240 Egyptian pounds just for the basic ticket now. And then this is Egyptian pound, by the way. And then if you want to go into extra tombs, you have to pay extra for those as well. So it's a bit pricey these days. So thank you so much for that. I hope to bring you here again in the future. David and Wendy, hope you took some notes because we'll be seeing you in October. But that is it for me this morning. I will be bringing you some culture this evening because we're going on a city tour tonight of Luxor City, where we're going to wander around the streets of Luxor and you're going to get up close and personal with the locals and seeing how we go shopping and where we go shopping and what street life is like. So hopefully you'll be able to come with me for that as well. Am I going to carry a flag? No, I'm going to have you all chained. You know those little kids things where we have like bands on our wrists and we're all sort of like linked together on lines. That's how I'm going to keep control of you all. I think that's the only way. Or bungee cord. Thank you so much, guys. You have been absolutely epically awesome. Have a wonderful day. All that's left for me to say again is if you haven't pressed the follow back button, press that follow back button. You can keep on top of all the shenanigans that goes on. And if you can leave gratitude, that means so much to me. So thank you very much for that. Much love to all. And lastly, don't forget, I'll be doing another tour this evening at 6 p.m. Egypt time. But until then, that is it for me this morning. So all that's left for me to say is good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Please stay safe out there, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now. Bye, everyone. Bye. Don't forget to post those photos up on the Facebook group as well. Facebook Voyagers, Hago Voyagers on Facebook. I'll see you all later. Bye, everyone.